Hello, my name is Florence Rowe, coming to you live. Today's date is May 31st, 1916, and it's a beautiful morning out here. We have a lot of bright sunshine outside, while on the other hand, right off Jutland, the Danish Peninsula, a large brutal bombardment just took place. Which brings us to our big story of the day. This just in, this could be the biggest battle of naval history. I was just recently told that this all began because of the British and German naval commander happened to make the same decision. This decision was to send out large forces to the North Sea so that no enemies would come in the area. They both also had the same idea of using the biggest, the baddest, and the best ships around. These ships are called dreadnoughts, but this was not all. They also collected a group of ships for support. British had 28 dreadnoughts, 9 battle cruisers, 11 armored cruisers, 26 light cruisers, 78 destroyers, a seaplane cruisers, and minesweeper. The Germans sent 16 dreadnoughts, 6 pre-dreadnoughts, 5 battle cruisers, 11 light cruisers, and 61 destroyers. The Germans and British came together in Jutland when a group of British battlers came across one of Germany's main groups of ships. This was all followed by a 6-hour battle. They fought vigorously in battle as they moved south. As they were traveling, they were coming to the German dreadnoughts. Along the way, the British lost 2 of the battle cruisers as the German force approached the British. They ran in the opposite direction. The Germans followed and they continued to fight each other. There is a lot of debate over who won the battle. Some say the British lost because they lost more ships and men. But all of the German ships that survived the battle are damaged more than the British. German Navy now plans to stay in port and is going to leave the fight at sea. Well, that's about it. Now let's go to Helen Merriweather with her fascinating story about the North.
My name is Helen Merriweather, and tonight I will be sharing with you information about our war situation in the North Sea. The North Sea is the body of water in between Great Britain and the tip of Norway. This map shown here is the North Sea. Right now, as we are speaking, the Germans are plotting against us at their port in the North Sea at Jade Bay. Fortunately, our British allies have a port in Scapa Flow, which is at the north end of the sea. They control all access in and out of the north end of the sea. At the south end, we have a British fleet controlling the English Channel. This means that Germany has no more ships bringing in imports or ships exporting goods to other countries. This also means that the German economy will begin to crumble. We received news a few weeks ago that the German people are having food riots because many people are starving. Also, the Germans' upper classes, mainly the people who own large factories, are giving extra food to the workers who do their job the best. Since Germany is beginning to weaken because of their lack of resources, they are beginning to challenge the British in some naval battles in order to stop the blockade of imports and exports. The most recent battles have been the battle at Heligoland Bight and at Dogger Bank. At both of these battles, the British Navy has achieved minor victories. At Heligoland Bight, the British used a decoy force to try and lure the Germans out of the section of the North Sea. The British fleet sunk 1 destroyer and 3 cruisers. At Dogger Bank, the Germans wanted to retaliate, but the British found out their plan and met them with a huge squadron of ships. They sunk 1 armored German cruiser. Thankfully, no British ships were lost, and very few people were injured. The British have even begun to break Germany's coded radio messages, giving them information about when they will next attack. The British Navy is holding strong, and America is very proud. Our American Navy is also planning to join our allies in the North Sea if the situation gets worse. Now we go to Charlotte Webster, our interviewer who is out in the field interviewing Dean Longfellow, an officer in the British Navy. Over to you, Charlotte.
Hi everyone, I'm Charlotte Webster and I'm here with Longfellow Deeds, one of our brave soldiers from out at sea. Longfellow, please tell us what is going on out there and if there's anything we should be concerned about.
Well, Charlotte, right now we are successfully defending ourselves against the German U-boats, which are also known as submarines, which are destroying all of our supply ships.
Longfellow, I'm very glad to hear that everything is going as planned out there. What was exactly happening before you guys were successful?
Well, before we were successful, the U-boats were destroying our supply ships. We prevented them from destroying our supply ships by traveling in convoys.
What is the convoy concept you're talking about?
Our new convoy system became very successful because the supply ship traveled in the middle of many military boats. If a U-boat tried to attack, our military ship would be able to protect the supply ship and destroy the U-boat.
Wow, sounds like you guys are working hard. What are some of the tactics you guys use to kill the U-boats?
We have some ships with many different sized guns. We also have a way to drop TNT into the water that will explode at the depth we choose. This way of attacking U-boats is effective, but we're not able to tell if the ship is sunk unless oil comes up.
It sounds quite hard to manage. How does communication come into play when trying to get a hold of other ships?
We were lucky. A new type of communication was invented before we started to build our ships, which means we were able to install a wireless telegraph system. We are able to receive orders through this new communication system, or orders are sometimes broadcasted over the radio.
Wow. Okay, thank you so much for your time. Back to you, Florence.
Thanks, lads. Well, those are all the stories of the day. Have a wonderful night. This is Florence Rowe, signing off.